Hi, this is Kathie from Craft with Kathie. Thanks for joining me this evening. I hope everybody's had a good week so far. I know it's midweek. For some reason I was thinking it was Tuesday today. Don't know where that came from or what's going on with it. But it's like, okay. So I have an interesting project tonight, and I want to offer some type of a disclaimer or some kind of, I don't know, really, I can't say a warning or whatever about it. It's just not what it quite sounds like. I'm going to be using this transfer called But This Mouth, and I am going to be making a shirt for my mama. And I realize that it could very well be misinterpreted, but I want to explain a little bit my motivation behind it. And in all fairness, I did clear it with her before I decided to make it. So I'm coming at you from the suburbs west of Chicago. Drop me a comment and let me know where you're viewing from. I like this transfer, and I guess I'm my mama's daughter to a certain degree. I'm not quite the same. I could only aspire to be. But I want to tell you about why I'm making this shirt. And yes, my mama can have the mouth of a sailor or a trucker if she's so inclined. It would depend upon the circumstance and what actually got her so riled up. But that's not what this shirt is about. I am struggling a little bit with color. This is a black t-shirt that I just kind of got some fuzz on. And I'm trying to decide if I want to use the cranberry jam or the fig. And whichever one I'm going to use, I'm going to lighten it up a little bit and do a little bit of an ombre, a little bit lighter at the top, and then finish the word mouth in either the dark or the fig and the cranberry jam. If you want to give me a vote of what you think would be the appropriate color, I think that would be great. I've got my little color trays here. I'm going to mix up some white paste and lighten it up. I just can't decide which one I really want to go with. And of course, then there's, of course, I suppose I could always do it in tide. If I had to guess, Mom's favorite color would be the fig, but I don't know. So I'm just, drop me a line, let me know what you're thinking. Hi, Terry. Tipsy Wednesday. Oh, this actually looks disgusting. I've got iced tea, but it wasn't cold, and I needed something cold to drink. So as I was looking through the fridge for some cold iced tea, I spotted the mango juice, so I mixed them together because I love the mango tea. Well, they don't call it mango tea at Panera's, but I know it's mango in there, and I love the taste. So I mixed this up, but it actually looks a little funky, kind of an ugly yellowish brown color. So I'm not going to show it, but it does taste very good. And it's a little full cranberry jam, huh? Okay, that sounds good to me. And my cranberry jam, if I remember when I used it the other day, was a little thick, so I might need to thin it down, or maybe just mixing it with the white will do enough. So, just because I'm a clumsy person, let me put this down here to kind of protect my surface, because I've already got my mat in the, my little ink mat's already in the shirt and positioned and everything. I thought I'd get that all prepped before I started, so I don't want to pick up my shirt and move it around. So, my mama, let me grab another white. This has got too many, wasn't sure which one was the one I had used last. I've got ink on my fingers already, believe it or not. If you don't use your ink, you definitely, just like your paste, you're going to want to clean around your jar. And actually, I was going to actually start off tonight and show you how I was able to remove some of that ink from the shirt that I made for myself the other day. And I forgot to start with that. But I'll come back to that at the end. I think I'm going to be able to salvage my little streak where I got the smudge on it. Okay, I'm going to add my white and lighten this up a little bit. I'm adding a lot because it is pretty, the cranberry jam is pretty dark. And I want it substantially lighter. Just want to make sure I don't have any ink on my fingers. Number one rule of inking, clean fingers. Remember, don't smudge your shirt like I did the other day. Yeah, I probably need to add a little bit more white to this. But it's a nice bright color. I can't get it to plop off the stir stick. Let's try it this way. If you have not yet tried our ink, now's the time to do it. We are offering ink in a select number of colors in individual packets, just like we do with our paste. So you can get a little packet for a couple dollars and try it out on a t-shirt. You want any information or you need a link, just drop me a comment below and I'd be glad to point you in the right direction. And you remember, you could use it on a t-shirt, you could even use it on a little banner, kind of like what I did with a bird with a french fry, if you will. And find it entertaining or useful, please consider subscribing. I have a goal to reach 1,000 subscribers by this fall. Help me reach that goal. Thank you. Getting a little bit more white here. Obviously, I'm making too much ink here. So what I will do when I'm done with my project is I will put this in a little container for another project. Actually, I like this color for the word mouth. I'm going to do the rest of it lighter. I don't really want as dark as cranberry jam on a black t-shirt. So let me move some of this to another tray. It should be, you know, it should be enough for the mouth part, I think. And I'm going to add a little bit more white to this and keep on going with it. So the reason behind this shirt is not, it doesn't have anything to do with somebody's ability to curse. It really has to do with my mom and her mouth. My mom taught me when I was, I don't know, maybe 12 years old, 13 years old, to basically stand up for what you believe in. And that's the kind of person she is and the person she's always been, as far as I know. She was a tough little kid. Well, not initially, but became a tough little kid. And a tomboy of sorts. But she's never been one to see an injustice or anything else and turn her back to it. If she sees something that's not right or someone who's not being treated properly or fairly or whatever, she tries to make it right in whichever way she can. So she doesn't turn a blind eye to things. She just jumps right in and sees if she can make a difference. And that's pretty much the way she's always been. So if I could ever live up to that, I'd be happy. Just going to keep adding some white ink to this until I get it a little bit lighter. Better make sure that I'm actually using ink here and not paste. Wouldn't that be a mess? I'm using ink. Our ink comes with white lids. Our paste comes with black. And that's pretty much our norm, except during the pandemic. I know there were, you know, sometimes there were so many issues in the supply chain that we had actually, I think, produced ink and had black lids and then stuck a white sticker on top so that everybody knew that they were ink as opposed to paste. Just that one thing to watch out for if you're working with both, so you don't accidentally grab paste when you want ink or vice versa. I have used ink accidentally on one of our premium chalkboards when I was a newbie, and actually it took a little bit longer to dry. That's when I realized it was ink, and I was like, oh no, what did I do? And it dried, and eventually when I removed the design about a year later, it was a Christmas design, it came off fine. I didn't ruin the chalkboard and anything. I was very lucky, I think, with that. We're both doing good. We were both at the doctor's today. I'm still handling that vertigo. She was in just for a regular checkup, but I'm still dizzy, and now my ear infection is in my right ear. It's like, what the heck? And the doctor thinks it's all generated by allergies, which I haven't had in this area, which makes no sense to me. I just don't know what I'm doing or what's changed or whatever. I know the village planted some trees in the parkway a couple years ago, and they're blooming right now. I can't remember what kind they are, but they're in bloom. But normally this stuff doesn't bother me. And if one more person tells me I'm getting older, I'm going to be really upset. But anyway, so he thinks it's all triggered by allergies, so that's just what I'm dealing with. And hopefully, after I get some Curated and whatever else tomorrow, hopefully I'll kick this, because it's been driving me crazy. I don't have this totally mixed, but you know what? I actually think if there's some swirls of the darker in here, I think it'll be fine. Geez, you're there. Trying to think what I'm going to do here. What I'm going to do, I've got placement tape out here, because I actually used it just to line things up before I started. I'm going to take a piece of it and put it right over the word mouth, because I don't want to accidentally get my ink somewhere where I don't want it. This is our placement tape. So this way I can get pretty close and not put the wrong color there. Not that I don't trust myself today, but this vertigo is really strange. It's not even, I'm sitting down and I'm still dizzy. It's like, that's just craziness. Anyway, so on with this project, right? Anyone catch my big oops here? I still can't believe I did it. Never done this before. Oh no. Too much talking, not thinking. I didn't place this down yet. Well, this will be interesting. Obviously, I don't need to fuzz it because I'm going on fabric. Let's hope I can get this down straight the first try. I should be able to. I know where my mat is. Okay. I should have realized with the white showing through. I just wasn't thinking. Okay. So I'm just applying the ink in a downward motion over my silk screen. Getting a little close to my placement tape there. I want to make sure I get the ends of the letters, the bottom of the letters though. So I want Mom to be able to wear this shirt with pride and know how proud I am of her for being the person that she's always been. And standing up for what she believes in and protecting those she loves, and even those she doesn't know. You know what I mean? Someday I'll tell you about my mom staging a sit-in at one of the local police stations. We were kids, but it was written up in the paper and everything. And my mom's older sister was so proud of her. I guess it must run in the family, right? Let's see if I got the bottom of these letters, if I caught everything here. I just might have gotten a little bit too close with this placement tape. Let's check it out. Oops, let me go here. Okay, I did get the very bottom of my letters. Just wanted to be doubly sure. This isn't that much different in color. It's a little bit. I intended on going ombre and blending the colors, and then last minute changed my mind. Sorry, I just had to do a real quick finger check. I wasn't sure. I think cranberry jam was the right color for the shirt. Both versions of the lightened ink look very nice on the black. There's enough contrast between them, yet they still coordinate very well and show up very good on the black background. Grab a little bit more ink here. The ink will actually be absorbing into the fabric, so that's why I go over it a few times to make sure it's gone through the silk screen into the fabric. And then once it's heat set, it actually dyes, if you will, the fabric, so it's not going to peel off or crackle like vinyl will sometimes do. So you could wash and dry it as normal. Once it's heat set, it's on there permanently. I'm just going back over this, making sure I've caught everything well. I'm having a problem with the very top of my M there. There we go, got it. This will be fine, even if it's just a little shade darker. Okay, smoothed it out, removed the excess. Looks like I've got everything. Let me move my ink out of the way. Clean my fingers just to make sure I don't have any ink on them, and then we'll lift this up. Okay, fingers look like they're clean. I want to make sure I don't have any ink anywhere where I missed it yesterday. And let's do a little peel and reveal here. I'm going to lift from the side. Hold my mat in place. I've got a big heart, but this mouth. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, let me move this out of the way and do an ink check again. I want to grab my other shirt and show you what I think I'm going to be successful. I've gotten part of it off, just not all of it, but I just kind of want to show you what I'm doing. Hang tight. Let me grab that shirt that I inked the other day and actually inadvertently got a smudge on it. I've been able to remove part of the smudge, and I want to show you exactly how I'm doing that. Fingers crossed that it works. Just need to juggle things. Give me a moment. I took the ink mat out of this shirt, so it's no longer in the shirt. And let me get to the area. I have not heat set it, obviously, because I'm still trying to get the ink off. But let me show you, make sure my surface is clean. Here's the area that I smudged it, and I've gotten part of it off. And all I'm doing is, where did I put my detail tool? Here it is. Now, I broke the edge of my detail tool because I stuck it in something trying to get something out of something else, which had nothing to do with chalk, but it cracked off, but I still have it. I just need to order a new one. So all I've been doing, it was easier with the mat in it, is just kind of like scraping a little bit against this, and I've gotten it to peel off. If you can, I don't know how that's going to show up without a close-up there, but see, it's kind of scraping off, and I've kind of gotten it to stick to itself, and then I've been able to pick some of it off. I think I could get the rest of it off and get rid of that smear without damaging the fabric. It actually kind of turns almost into, before it's heat set, it almost turns into like a thick kind of a gel type of thing. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure. Obviously, I don't want to dig a hole into the fabric or anything like that, but just gently scraping at it is getting it to lift up. See that piece that just lifted? So I'll keep working at it and hopefully get the rest of it off, and then heat set this and salvage it from my little oops there. Anyway, that's it. It's worth a try. I would not add water to it to try and lift it off or anything, because I think it's just going to make the area larger and just kind of blur it a little bit. So see if I can get this piece to come up. It's kind of stuck to itself. And it reminds me of kind of like Elmer's glue or white glue. When it dries, it has a little bit of elasticity to it. But I think if I work at it gently, I'll get the rust up and it'll be fine. Yeah, I need to make it for myself too, Deb. Like I said, I'm not quite as good as my mom about things, but maybe it applies to me in a little bit different of ways, but I think I'd be proud to wear it. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. I surely do appreciate it. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Stay safe. Enjoy the warmer weather. See you soon.